All right. So we just kind of watch this NNE, get the sell order in there at 650 just in case. I'm not going to focus on it right now. Just watch, see what the SPY's doing. Kind of flattening out a little bit. Triple Q's flattening out a little bit. Still above the VWAP and above the dynamic compression zone. IWM still strong, but the candles are getting pretty small right now. Huh? I don't think so. Alright, so we'll see where we go here. Again, I'm not taking any of these SPY super systems until I get a pullback to some support levels. Be likely to be the 15 or the right now, since these stocks are moved up a little bit. Qs are fairly close to the 15 right here, but they're still a little too far extended for me. So I'm just kind of watching those. They had two nice trades on the SPY, one on the SPY and one the IWM today on the SPY super systems. Very nice moves on those. Market is looking pretty strong here right now. Again, we just took some NNE, took profits, beautiful profits in Reddit today, took profits in Sophie today, took profits in Fiserv yesterday. So we've stacked up some beautiful trades here over the last few days. Some really nice wins in a really pretty choppy market, honestly. Terry filled at 480 in that. Terry saw some information on those nuclear use on EV car charging stations as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Siva looking at UPST coming up. Yeah, nice another PBO, another pullback opportunity. I mean, look at this chart. These PBOs are very nice pullback opportunities. Big gap up, gets extended, comes back down to the 8. See, the volume drops, comes back down to the 8, moves along the 8. Now it's trying to break out. You'd like to see a bigger volume candle today to get this break. Does NNE have bull channel resistance nearby? And if I do, I mind it. Okay, let's take a look at NNE. I know exactly what you mean. You're talking about right here. But this was the bull flag right through here. No, I don't really see any resistance. There's some here, but these are low volume candles over here. Well, so I don't. This is the main resistance that I see right here, top of this candle right here. See, this is early on. You notice there's no whites over here. That's because and no pinks or blues here, because this was when the stock just came out. So this is a limited history. So that's why. But if I look here, look at the volume candles. See, I don't have any volume candles here to go by. This is the only high volume candle right here, since we had enough data. And then what we're talking about is potentially that you could look here at 3406. It will be out well before that happens. Okay, so we're in NNE. I mean, there's a lot of good setups here. Lots of good pullback setups, and we'll just have to watch what happens here. The market is going to determine if we're going to add some more. I may add another one today. SPYs and Qs. SPYs back to green again. Qs also back to green. Everything's gone up. After all the indexes were up, then they pulled down, and now they're back up again. And IWM is kind of leading the pack right now, up 1.5%. Still a nice setup on IWM. Again, for the SPY Super System trades, I've got to wait for this first pullback to the 15 right here, and then a bounce off it to the upside on any of these indexes. And the SPYs got plenty of blue SPY above. The Qs don't right now. Well, they do, but they're sitting right on the 8. And the IWM is clear of any resistance right now, so it's got some room to the upside. All right. Again, busy morning. Some nice trades. Last few days, some really nice trades. Again, have your sell order in there or an NNE for 650, just in case. It's having a really strong day. It's up 27%, which is why I want to take profits if it gets up around 650, because I expect that it'll pull back at some point, and then I would like to re-enter again at a lower price. But it's really strong today. Welcome to the YouTube folks that are tuning in right now. Thanks for viewing the room. Again, this is the SPY Super System, or the Compass system that we use here. Piece of software that runs on Thinkorswim. Tells us whether institutions are buying or selling on whatever time frame we're looking at. This is the 5-minute time frame on the SPY. Green and blue is bullish. Red and yellow is bearish. And current time frame right now shows bullishness. But we went right up here to this standard deviation line, coming back to the toward the 15 on the SPY. Again, we do a SPY Super System when we look for a break above a VWAP. Like this was a SPY Super System trade right here, as it broke above the VWAP and went from red selling to blue buying, breaking above the VWAP. Take the trade here, and I get out here. Actually, took about 50 cents on it, but it kept on going up. But I took it off right there. But that's what the SPY Super System does. It looks at the IWM, the Qs, or the SPY, looks for institutions going from selling to buying on a break of either the VWAP or the 15 EMA, which is this little thin green line right here. So since we're extended from the VWAP pull down to the 15 EMA, and then a bounce off of it would be a likely entrance for another trade on the SPY. All right, so that's again, if you're a member of the room or on my alert service, you have access to videos where I go into a lot of detail on the SPY super system. It's we take a lot of swing type trades, short term swing trades, as well as longer term intraday trades. These SPY super system trades are specifically set up to take advantage of 5-minute candlesticks and quick type trades during the day while we're waiting for other setups to take advantage of them. Dr. No, how are you? Again, SPY started with a nice move up here this morning, pulled back immediately after the open, pulled right back down to this pivot point, fell below the pivot point. Market was pretty weak, except for the IWM, which was moving up most of this time. And then we've bounced back here now, and now we're back up into an uptrend again. And here's the IWM right here. You can see how the IWM was much stronger than the market early this morning. Here's the Qs. Follow the SPY pretty closely. Again, we took beautiful profits in Reddit today. We took beautiful profits in SOFI today. SOFI and RDDT took profits in both of those trades. Took nice profit in Fiserv yesterday, FI. That was another nice trade. Savvy says, thanks for the IWM. Savvy, you're welcome. So I just kind of watching right now, looking for some more opportunities. We had a pretty busy morning, so I'm just kind of looking for other setups. There's a lot of good setups. I mean, a lot of good setups. Too many, really. CRM is set up nicely right now. Shopify is set up nicely right now. John Deere is kind of extended right now. Big move up, but kind of extended. Google getting pounded today, by the way. Google down 6.5%, right to the 200-day moving average on Google. Here's Google on the daily chart. You can see this pounding here on Google. And I'm not sure what Amazon. Yeah, Amazon week 2. So that's having had a big impact on the Qs this morning. Nvidia gapped up this morning off of earnings, and then has pulled back right to the 8 exponential moving average right now. But the numbers are really good on Nvidia yesterday. The Bitcoin stocks are really volatile this morning. There's MSTR, massive amounts of moves up and down in MSTR. I mean, if you look at the range on this thing today, a low of 425 and a high of 543, 120 points. So you got to be careful of those things. But the rest of the Bitcoin stocks are also mirroring that. See, this Mara gapped up this morning, pulled back. Now it's bouncing back again, putting in a hammer bar. Same thing with Riot.
Barron says Nvidia insiders plan big stock sales. CEO Jensen Huang isn't one of them.
All right. So there's where we are this morning. Just kind of watching. There's a SPY coming right back down to the 15. You do have this standard deviation line here, which is somewhat resistance, but very small, very weak resistance. Dr. No, smash that like button, anybody in YouTube over here. Again, I do this YouTube broadcast each day from about 11 to about 12 or 12:30. I didn't get started till a little later this morning. It was really, really hectic in the room. I was doing quite a few trades, answering quite a few questions. So, if you have any questions in the Discord, in the live feed here on YouTube, you can pop them in the chat box, and I'll try to answer them. Again, SPY bouncing back down right to the 15 here. Q's doing the same thing. My WM hasn't quite get back down there yet. As far as the best index to trade right now, you know, the Q's are below the 8 exponential moving average by a little bit. So they've got a little bit of resistance just above where they are. The IWM has no resistance above right now. And the SPY doesn't really have any resistance above except for the standard deviation line that we just looked at over there. We have Tech Trader Joe over here in the YouTube room. I think I know who he is. All right, so just kind of watching the market here, and we put this NNE trade on. Again, we've got to see if it keeps moving up today. It's really moved up a lot, almost 25%. But the setup is beautiful on the daily chart, really nice. SPY pulling back a little bit now, so we're just going to kind of watch here. Again, it's about 11:45, so we just let the market settle down a little bit here. It's gapped up, pulled down, made a nice little run up again, and now it's just kind of chopping around. So I'm not really looking to take any SPY super system trades right yet. You can see here the current time frame momentum went to yellow, So it's buying to selling. We don't really want to get involved with that right now, and I'm certainly not looking to go short anything right now.
ADTN launches scalable AI private cloud solutions for U.S. federal agencies. On AMAT, seeing a block trade of 1 million at 173.
Back already?
Yeah.
Wow. Like WFC, Joe. Yeah, that's another PBO, another beautiful setup. There's so many nice setups here. Saw eyeing a Twillo. Yeah, we talked about Twillo earlier today. It's another PBO, another pullback opportunity. Twillo's a very nice setup. There's so many of them, really nice. Twillo's is another really good setup. Can't take them all. You got to just pick the ones you like the best. Steve, was Sophie sold this morning? It was, Steve. Sophie was sold this morning. Should have had a sell order in at 265. It closed at 265. I don't know what it is right now. Again, I don't go back and look at these things once I'm taking my profits, unless I'm thinking of buying them again. Yeah, it's gone up to 298. So, yeah, it was sold this morning. Nice profit. So was Reddit. Market again bounced back up, and now it's getting a little choppy again. Had two nice SPY super system trades today. Yeah, they're not huge, but decent ones. One on the IWM, one on the SPY. The IWM just moving sideways right now.
On Roblox, RBLX trading at lows of the day now, down close to 6%.
Okay, just stepped away briefly here. Try to stretch a little bit. Steve, you took 295 on Sophie. Good, nice job. You're still holding sedge. I'm still in sedge again. I wanted a short. It's definitely still a bearish setup, and I wanted to have a short because we had so many longs on. So I'm still in sedge, short. Also still in MO Altria, which is up this morning here about 28 cents or 0.5%. Still a nice setup on Altria. And we took some NNE today. We're in NNE. See if we can get a move in it today. It's kind of just flattening out right now. Again, we're looking at the SPY super system. We notice we still got yellow here in the current time frame momentum on IWM. SPY as well. And your triple Qs as well. So we're kind of waiting for a switch to blue here. They're all kind of coming right off the 15. Triple Qs have just gotten above the 15 EMA, 502.57. But they have the 8 above. See, they actually have some resistance on the Qs at 503.62. So that would be my last choice to use for a SPY super system trade right now. I'd be using the SPY or the IWM. Assuming we get some color changes here. Via VRT, nice breakout. Yeah, it is a really nice breakout. There's also a doji sandwich setup, and it is breaking above yesterday's high. That's VRT is a nice setup here. There's some really nice setups out there. Twillo's a beautiful one as well. D-Dog with a big huge gap up this morning. Chewy moving up to kind of a D-Dog. Chewy kind of extended. John Deere also extended. The big name stocks not doing too much today. Google's down a lot. Google's down 6%. Bounced right off the 50 to 200-day moving average. Amazon is also down this morning, 2.5%. But the T2104, which is the cumulative volume index, just continues to keep marching higher. SMR is challenging the all-time high. SMI 2767 is SMR is the all-time high in SMR, and it's another one of these small nuclear job. We've played this before a few times. It's definitely trying to break out here. Of course, we have N and E. See, the problem is we have N and E already in that same sector. So you'd be taking two positions in exactly the same business. Really high volatility on that SMR right now. Implied volatility is really high. That means the option prices are really expensive. $25 calls for December 13th are going for about $4.40 and $2.37 of intrinsic values, $2.40 of intrinsic. So you're paying about $2 of time decay and volatility. Really high volatility in these things. SMR really taking off here. And E starting to pounce a little bit as well. SMR through the all-time high. So it's got about 12:11 right here. Market having an interesting day. SPY with a gap up this morning and then an immediate pullback right here, and drifted down below the pivot point, and then came back up pretty strongly. Made a nice run up, and then we're just kind of chopping around. Again, you notice that the current time frame momentum is red right now. This is not, you don't want to be jumping in here. You want to wait. SMR is going to be a different story. Look at this thing go. Ripping through the all-time high. Big move in SMR. 10%. NNE, we did take some NNE. Trying to get a nice little sell order there for about $1.70 profit if we can get there. RobleX down pretty hard today. RBLX down about 4.7%. Right, so I just kind of look here. Again, there's so many nice setups. VRT is a nice setup. Pulling back a little bit right now. Twillo is a nice setup. I'm waiting for these to set up. Twillo is a really nice setup as well. So many really nice setups. The Bitcoin stocks today have been really, really volatile. MSTR has been trading at about $120 range. So big move up this morning, up to 543, and right back down here, get all the way back down to 426. Just an amazing amount of volatility in that thing. Mara doing the same thing. Mara's bouncing back up again. So Bitcoin pretty volatile here today. Google and Amazon both down pretty hard today. Look at Apple. Apple up a little bit, not much. Up a penny. Basically flat as a pancake. Alright, check, see if we get some questions here. Again, it's about 12:14 right now.
Remember, just a quick heads up. We are hearing commentary coming out right now by Russia's Putin.
Sergio, you closed SMR at 690. Nice trade. Beautiful. I'm not in SMR yet. Not AJ, not yet. I really like it though. But I got NNE. You see, they're both in the same business. I don't like to put multiple ones in the same same business. Not even the same sector. It's the same business. So I'm gonna just stick with NNE. Although I like SMR. NNE just offering options recently. SMR is heading for. We've traded this SMR a few times. It's got to trade stay above 26.67 to stay long on SMR. When do we consider getting back into Reddit? Well, you can consider it anytime you want. But I took profits in it. I'm not going to chase it right now. It's a little extended. You know, there's plenty of other trades out there right now that aren't quite as extended as Reddit. And it's still really strong. It's trading at 150. It could keep going. This thing could be a longer term trade. You could go out with options a couple months out if you wanted to. But I'm not going to re-enter it right now. I like Twillo. Twillo's a nice setup here. Joe, BTU, nice trade. Saw, how do I choose when there are so many good setups? It's hard. I mean, it's hard. I have to look at a lot of different technicals on these things.
Putin says that the U.S. made a mistake ending the missile treaty.
I don't know. I have to look at each one individually. Reddit's a nice setup. Twillo's a nice setup. Shop's a nice setup. I mean, the list is not endless, but there's an awful lot of them right now. CRM is a nice setup today. The whole idea is just to try to stay calm and just try to find the best ones you can. I'm not going to take 20 trades.
Use the hypersonic weapon against Ukraine, we will warn civilians.
FTNT is a nice setup as well here. Fortinet bouncing off the 8. Again, I'm looking at the daily charts, and I'm looking for something that has got some upside potential. If I look at Reddit, this is where we took it the other day. Pull back right to the 8, bounce, took it right here, took it out to get out today on the thing. But if you look at Twillo, looks nice. See that? That's a nice break there in Twillo. That's a nice setup. Shopify is also a nice setup. SMR is a nice setup. NNE is a nice setup. I mean, there's a lot of them. So many of them. Look at this big bump in John Deere. You don't want to chase something like that. If you like cryptos, Mars is turning into another good setup here after that big pull. But it's really, you got to be prepared for a tremendous amount of volatility in these things. And again, we're still in Altria. That's a nice setup as well. I mean, you can go through name after name after name, and you've got to be careful. You can get you can be paralyzed by doing analysis on these things because there's so many good ones. You just have to find some that you like and trade them there. If the setups are good and you get decent premium prices on them, then you can take them. Maybe a whole bunch of them will work, but I don't want to be. First of all, I can't be alerting on 20 trades because there's too many to manage. There's too many for everybody to be able to put that kind of money into it. So I limit it to just the best. Now I take some other trades, but usually I let you know in the room if I've taken some of those. Right, going to continue to look for some trades here. Doug, that's at 1219. Is this a possible setup for the SPY super system? Here's the SPY. It is setting up right here. It hasn't been. You see how it's yellow and red. It's just switching to blue right now. But this is a very compressed number of candles here. It's trying to break out, but it was on the red. You can't take it there. You got to wait. And it stopped right here before. So I'm not jumping into anything right now. IWM is set up the same way. And again, the Qs, because the Qs is still below the 8 exponential moving average, I'm not going to touch that. So just watch the SPY right here. Gee, it just went back to red again. This is flipping back and forth here. The colors are changing as the candle is produced. So I'd certainly be waiting for the candle to end. Stephen, could I give you a good Twillo trade? Let me look at the. If you like Twillo, let me look at the options on this thing. Earnings in August, not till February, but let me look at Twillo.
Citadel's Griffin says inflation is running hotter than desired.
All right, so this little bounce in Twillo here today, it's breaking out. So I would be going out in time on this. I'd probably go to December 20th, and let's see what the options look like. Now, I think I would take the 97.50 calls for December 20th. 97.50 calls for December 20th. They're about $7 for the 97.50 calls. You get about $4.50, a little bit more than $4.50 of intrinsic value built into those, and you get a month of time on it. That's what I would use, the 97.50. And they've got a little bit of volume going through on them today. I hope that helps a little bit. If you do any more SPY super system trades, go to tomorrow's expiration. Go to the expiration date of tomorrow. At least that's my recommendation. This is a breakout in the SPY. That's a SPY super system setup right here. So this could be taken on blue. You've got two blues in a row here, so you got a candle breakdown. You still got this standard deviation line up here, but this is a pretty nice setup. Again, go to tomorrow. Give yourself some time.
Fetch Goolsby says it may make sense to slow the pace of interest rate cuts as U.S. central bank gets close to where rates will settle. Commentary out by Fetch Goolsby.
That's Goolsby speaking, Fed speaker. I don't even think he's a voting member, but talking about they might have to slow down the rate cuts because inflation's. He thinks it's still a little bit too. They don't want to cut too fast. Basically, is what he's saying.
Dr. Gates is withdrawing himself from Attorney General. Is being circulated.
Okay, so I took some spy calls here again. I have a little trepidation on this whole setup right here, but I did take them, and I'm probably just going to snatch some quick profits before I take lunch here. I took the spy calls at tomorrow's expirations. I took them at 316 for the 591s, and I just put a sell order in at 30 cents higher, 346, and it just went through. All right, so I'm out of it. Just another quick 30 cents, $30 a contract. For 10 contracts, it's a quick $300. So that's fine. So, but anyway, I'm out of that now. And it could keep going here, but I get this standard deviation line. So that was a nice quick trade on the SPY super system. I like this one right here. Again, I had a blue. It confirmed. It's coming up off the 15, so I took it. Okay, I took a SPY super system trade. I had my mic off. Sorry. And right here, as it broke out here, I took tomorrow's expiration on the 591. I get in at 316. I get out at 346. It's 354 right now, but I just took a quick 30 cents because I'm going to take a break for lunch for too long. So that was a nice little SPY super system trade. Again, it's continuing up, but I'm happy with the profits on these things. That's my third one today. I think that's all profitable. Been a good month on the SPY super system. You just have to be patient and wait. Even, oh, you weren't sure which strikes to pick. You know, there's a few of them that would be okay on a Twillo. But you know, you want to get some decent in the money. You want to get some in the money, a good in the money option. Take a look at the spreads on them. Take a look at the volume, etc. And just try to pick the best one. William, grab 40 cents. Really enjoying these? Yeah. Finally got a good one. Nice job, Doug. SPY Super System's fun. it's fun. This is I don't know what my total is this month. It was 23 and 26 in one or something. This is probably up to 29 or 30 in one boss right now. This is fairly consistent each month. I mean, the profitability changes because of the fact that sometimes you get nice trending ones that you can stay in, and other ones you don't. And like on a day like this, I'm not taking big risks on these things. And when I get up $300, $400 on a contract, I mean on a trade, I'm going to take it. You just had a really good one, Ali, in the SPY Super System. Yes, you did. The SPY moved up pretty nicely. Again, I would highly recommend taking tomorrow's expiration dates when you're taking them after 12 o'clock. Now, it costs you more, so your ROI is lower. But you also don't lose a lot of time decay if the stock starts to move sideways. The index starts moving sideways and pulls back a little bit. So I've had 3 of those today, 3 SPY Super Systems, an IWM once and SPY twice. Yeah, 3 or 4 a day is really pretty good. Especially since we just closed out Reddit today, we closed out Sophie today, we closed out FI yesterday. Those were swing trades for really nice profits. So we've had a pretty good little run right now. But you know, I never get overconfident on these things. I'm just focusing on the, you know, how many wins in a row I don't care about. I'm just looking at trying to be profitable. CRM is also another nice setup right now. As is Twillo that was called out a couple times. Twillo's a nice setup here. Still moving up. Mike, just you liking the SPY Super System? Just starting with one contract, just scaling once you get more comfortable. Thanks for reviewing. Yeah, I try to review it daily. Again, these are trades I can't call them each out and tell you I'm getting in here at this price. I can't do it. They're too quick. I can show you where I think the setup's coming in, and then then you're on your own, and then taking profits you're on your own. Not something I can manage for everybody like I do with the other trades. But I think I've got a good video on this, and I think the setup. A lot of times, a lot of folks can come into the room, but they can't be in here all day. They come in for an hour or two, and maybe we don't even have a trade during that period of time. A lot of times, we don't have any swing trades during a day, or we might have one late in the afternoon or early in the morning. Who knows? But you know, if you're not able to stick around all day, this gives you an ability to come in, use the SPY Super System for short-term trades, and do really well. I mean, you know, I made more money in September and October with the SPY Super System than I did with my regular trades. Now then, you know, I think I was I think on the room I was up. No, I guess the room I was up about 8,000, and the SPY Super System up about 6. But still, it's really a nice really a nice addition. And again, and I don't if you see my videos or emails, well, videos especially on recaps of the month or recaps of the trades, the SPY Super System totals are not included in the monthly totals of the regular trades that we do here. It's completely separate, and it's really a nice methodology. It really is a nice methodology. If you follow it, you should be your losses should be fairly small, and your win rate should be really high. Doug, you just want me to tell you when it's forming? Yeah, I try to do that. guess I can't see them all the time because I'm looking at other stuff, but yeah, I try to point them out. Yeah, it is more helpful than the video because I can't get into the kind of detail on the video that I do here because there's too many nuances, there's too many things like what's the market doing, what's the T2104 doing, all the other nuances that go into that. But the setups are the same. But which ones are the better setups is dependent upon a few other things. Again, that was a nice SPY trade. I had the IWM today for 20 cents, then the SPY for 50, and then the SPY for 30. So I'm up a dollar, full dollar. For my accounts, on a day like this, I'm using like 10 contracts. I'm up about 1,000, which is pretty good. I mean, for a it's not a tremendous deal, but on 10 contracts, that's pretty good. Right now, I'm just kind of watching the market here. It's again, I'd be out of the SPY here, getting close to the standard deviation line, and you notice the candles getting see how they get tiny like this. When you're having a day like this, it's a really kind of choppy. You start getting tiny candles. That's loss of momentum. If you get a good profit, take it off. Jonathan, I know you say that I like to take the next day's expiration of the SPY super system. What details do you normally take? What deltas do I normally take? I don't really look at the delta, but I'm taking one. I'm taking one strike in the money, Jonathan. One strike in the money. So that's why I paid $3.13 for the SPY calls that I took. Let me see what those were. 591s. They had a delta of around 66 right now. It's probably more of like about 60 when I took them. If I was going in now, I'd probably take the 592s. And those have deltas of about 59 or 60. So around 60. I don't look at the delta on that. I look at the delta on stocks, on options that I take that I'm going to be going out, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. I look for 65 to 75 delta on those. Jonathan? Oh, I'm happy to answer your question. No problem. Again, what I do all day long in the room over here is to try to answer questions for folks, try to point out good setups. I try to be very specific about why we're taking trades. So that's kind of important. SPY still grinding up a little bit here. Again, I'm not going to take anything else unless I get a pullback. IWM much flatter than the SPYs and the Qs now. It was the strongest this morning. Now it's kind of weaker. Still up the most. Still up 1.7%. Triple Qs are up only 0.3%, and SPY is up 0.5%. So IWM the strongest, but it's lost relative strength versus the other two indexes now. So here's some stocks that are doing relative strength: Marvel, Intel, Disney. Disney actually is not a bad setup on the daily chart. Got resistance though about $1.50 higher than where it is right now. All right, so just kind of watching here. I'm going to take lunch here in just a couple minutes. We'll cut off the. We'll end the YouTube feed in just a few minutes here. Appreciate everybody on YouTube that was in here. Again, if you're interested in the SPY Super System software, which is this compass system right here, it tells us whether institutions are in the trade or not. Really important. We trade all the methodologies we do here. Is trading with the institutions. So this on the 5-minute chart tells us how to trade the SPY Super System. On the daily chart, it tells us how to trade stocks. We took NNE today. So we took NNE. I go out to look at. If I'm taking it as a swing trade, I want to look at the daily chart. This is important. This doesn't have enough info on it to show us the current time frame and multi-time frame because it's not been around long enough. But the technical setup on it is beautiful. Something like Sophie, which we took profits in today. This was a beautiful trade. We had all of the institutions buying. You can see that they were buying across the board here. And we took the Sophie and we got out today with a nice profit. Same thing with Reddit. Reddit was another one we took long. We took it as it broke out right here. We got out today. Reddit's another one that doesn't have a lot of history on it yet. So then what I do is I lean then on long-term trend and I lean on the technicals on it, which I can get from my TC2000 chart right here. There's Reddit right there. This is where we took it on this break above this line right here. That's a high volume horizontal resistance line that it got through. Took it there, took it out today, took profits in it. Still going up. SPY moving right up to that standard deviation line. There's Twillo moving sideways. All right, I'm gonna shut off the exit the YouTube. Thanks so much, YouTube folks, for being here today. I appreciate it. Try to do this every day around 11:15. Depends on how busy I am before I get this started. But today was a little bit late getting started. But we've been running it for about an hour and 20 minutes now. So I'm gonna shut that down. We try to get in or open at about 11 every day to introduce the services that I have here. The SPY Super System software, which is the SPY Super System methodology, which we've traded several times today, trading the SPYs, the Qs, and the IWM. As well as the room. This is a trading room that it's open every day. I'm here from market open to market close. We take trades, we post trades, we answer questions. A lot of folks post the trades they like. We take a look at the charts. We got a lot of members in here who are really, really good traders and are finding excellent trades. A lot of the trades that we take are coming from the traders in the room. And then I have an alert service where we send the high probability trades out to your SMS to your phone, which you can follow me there, where we put in the order for the stock to buy, and then you get another alert with the exit price for taking profits or taking a loss. All right, so thanks everybody. We appreciate that. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate the YouTube folks today, and we'll see everybody on YouTube tomorrow.